When I was a teenager, instead of playing a huge variety of games such as The Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy, or even Grand Theft Auto, I was no-lifing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. But even before I had access to internet in my home, I remember going for all achievements. And recently, I remembered just how difficult some of the Spec Ops missions were to complete on the veteran difficulty and get the fabled 3 stars. So I thought to myself, would it be possible to get all 69 stars on Modern Warfare 2's Spec Ops without a co-op partner and get a refund from Steam? If you've not played a Call of Duty on the hardest difficulty, this is how fast you can die. Some of the missions are quite easy, but some of them close to impossible, which is a claim that comes straight from the developers of the game. And you might be wondering, how will I acquire the 6 stars from the 2 missions that require 2 players? But don't worry, I have a plan for that. With the game purchased on a brand new Steam account and my settings adjusted to my personal preference, I jumped straight into the first Spec Ops mission, The Pit. The Pit is a simple mission. I have to take out 24 enemies without killing any civilians to get the 3 stars, something that certain governments find impossible to do. I breezed through the mission in just over 25 seconds and moved straight to one of my favourite missions, Sniper Fight. Sniper Fight is a wave-based mission, where I am positioned on the high ground armed with a Barrett 50 cal from wave number 1 and a Predator drone from wave 2 onwards. Wave 1 has 15 enemies and they spawn mostly at the back left and the back right, and using the sniper rifle I can make short work of them in about 30 seconds. Wave 2 is where the real fun starts because I now have access to the AGM missiles. I use it straight away to take out 8 soldiers, focusing on the Jeep for maximum damage. I then go back to using the sniper rifle, and when the AGM missile is back online, I'll be using that. I pretty much repeat this strategy for the next 3 waves, with each wave gradually having more enemies. That's a fat one, 12. Approaching the end of the final wave, I use the grenade launcher to clear out the last few enemies, finishing the second mission in 4 minutes and 36 seconds. But don't blink, because you'll miss how fast I finish this next mission, where I need to rack up enough kills in quick succession to get 30,000 points. But there is a very easy way of doing this. I can grab the rocket launcher, jump over the fence using this chair, run towards this side of the map and use a Semtex on the moving truck. That gets 10 kills. And while the score is racking up, I can take out the 2 BTRs giving 4,000 each, and the way the bonuses are calculated, that is just enough points to finish the mission in under 15 seconds. Alright, and now we go straight to Charlie and we go snatch and grab. This is the business mission. Starting the mission, I am ambushed by a Juggernaut, which I take out from a distance with the COD Classic sniper rifle, the Intervention. And that's him dead. Alright. Now we YOLO, because killing everything is just horrendous on this mission. There's 2 here though. Boom! GKO reload. Boom! There's a cheeky little strat you can do here. So you flash, sprint. I might die here, but if I die, I die. Cool. So when you go over here, the AI is just kind of busted. Well, only the guys like on the very right, and you can kill them through here. Hello? Well, I'm supposed to be able to, but they seem to be hiding from me. I'm stuck! Q on the top. Eat us. That's a lot of enemies already, I'm not gonna lie. Yeet us? Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. I guess I'll go Homeland Security. But before we continue with my all-time favorite mission, Homeland Security, UGREEN have sponsored another one of my videos, and they've sent me not one, but 2 devices to show you, and one of them has already been incorporated into my streaming setup. First up, we have a 10,000 mAh MagFlow power bank, which is compatible with Apple's MagSafe technology and supports the latest Qi2 standard, delivering up to 25 watts of wireless charging. Now, if I was traveling somewhere and I needed my mobile phone and I didn't charge it overnight, I can just slap the MagFlow charger on the back of my phone and voila, I have power, and I can go about my day without having to worry about running out of charge. This device also has a built-in USB-C cable which is capable of charging up to 30 watts. So you can charge another handheld device such as a Steam Deck, and you can actually monitor how much battery you have left with this handy real-time battery display. But UGREEN's second device is the one I'm more excited about. This is their MagFlow 2-in-1 magnetic wireless 25 watt charger, which is a game changer for me, because not only does it keep my phone charged without all of the clutter, it allows me to use my phone in a productive way. One way that I've already conjured up is to use the Elgato Stream Deck app on my phone to control my OBS, allowing me to conveniently save clips with the push of a button. This is going to help my organisation and productivity a ton, and I can't wait to see what other uses I have for this device. And for any AirPod users, you can charge your wireless earphones on this bottom part here. I'm still a wired earphone user, so this doesn't apply to me, but I know many of you are AirPod users. Both of these devices are equipped with UGREEN's trademarked thermal guard technology, which prevents overheating and will extend the life of these devices. The MagFlow series is now available across Amazon and the UGREEN store, and there are currently discounts across tons of products from UGREEN. And between the 5th and the 12th of September, there will be an early bird discount of 34% on the MagFlow power bank. So make sure to take advantage of those. And a huge thank you once again to UGREEN for sponsoring my videos and sending me plenty of awesome products. Starting Homeland Security, I pick up the M14 thermal scoped rifle, some claymores and the sentry turret before heading to the right, standing next to this tree and placing the turret down. Next, I run to Joe's Diner, pick up the AT4 rocket launcher and another sentry turret, this time heading to the opposite side of the map and placing this turret in the corner on this small hill. Then I run to the bank, deposit the AT4 and pick up the third sentry gun before heading to the roof of Nate's bar. This turret gets placed in such a way that if any soldiers want to climb to this rooftop and destroy the turrets, they will be killed instead. The optimal placement for speed would be over here or anywhere else on the rooftop really, but keeping at least one turret alive is way better than 2 dead clankers. Wave 2 is when the Predator drone is active, and I head back to the bank where I will spend most of the remainder of this mission. I pick up the rocket launcher, head outside and throw a Semtex on this truck, taking out 10 perpetrators. The turrets take out most of the enemies, and I can use the thermal scope to take out any soldiers hiding in the sports bar and Joe's Diner. For wave 3, I get stuck in straight away, spawn camping the enemies who have just finished their 2-piece and a soda.
Relay from Goliath, 2 enemy reinforcements approaching from the west, over. Cutter 2 to thermal optics, over. Core to right, touched up.
This is also the first wave that has an attack chopper, and I opt to take it out with the RPG, despite its horrible accuracy.
Come on. Yes. Smash!
Wave 3 gets cleaned up with no major issues, but Wave 4 introduces a new enemy, the BTR, which can only be destroyed by some sort of large explosive. With the RPG equipped, I wait a few seconds for it to spawn in and just beeline towards it. The reason I have to wait a few seconds is if I run straight towards it, it will stop at the top of the hill right next to my sentry turret and it will start shooting me, forcing me to blow the BTR up along with my all-important sentry turret. With the BTR dispatched, I head back to the bank and make short work of the enemies, starting wave 5 in just over 5 minutes. For wave 5, this time I grab the 84, throw a Semtex at this truck and nearly get turned into roadkill.
Don't run me over.
I then tried to kill the BTR with the 84, which is supposed to be way more accurate than the RPG, but it flopped into the ground rather tragically. So I head back to the bank, grab an RPG and clear out the rest of the enemies before I try taking out the BTR.
5 left. 4 left.
With only 4 enemies left, I try taking out one of the helicopters with the RPG. It somehow misses, but then I start to get overrun by soldiers.
I have to be very careful here.
3 left. 2 remain. 1 more.
That was pretty close, but it's just the 2 choppers and the BTR left. I have a hard time trying to take them out with the RPG, so I borrow the deceased soldiers' weapons and use those instead. One of the choppers is taken out and I change back to the RPG for the last one, but I have a very close call with death.
I almost fucking blew myself to smithereens, bruv.
And with the last rockets available, I take out the BTR and finish the mission in just over 9 minutes. Oof. Next up is a much shorter and easier mission, Breach and Clear, where all I need to do is run through a few rooms and get to the end. However, they are jam-packed with Russians trying to rip my head off. When I breach, I start to clear out the enemies with the assault rifle, throw a flashbang when I regain control of my character, and use a noob tube to clear out the riot shield enemies.
Yeah, probably dead. That's fine. That's fine.
Think our strategy. Let's run it again.
It's all good, prof. It's all good. It's all good. Yep. Easy.
Onto a fan favourite mission now, Hidden. I instantly swap out the USP for the mini Uzi, take out a soldier on the right, a soldier on the left, and 2 more soldiers before reloading.
Absorb too much. You're dead. Perfect.
The next area contains 8 ghillied up snipers. The first one is next to this container. The second one tries to peek me, but he gets absolutely destroyed. The third sniper is no threat to me, however. The most it can do is 1 shot, and that's not enough to kill me, so I can just run towards it with the Uzi and shoot him. Then there is one hiding behind the debris of tanks, which can be taken out with a C4. Then one hiding next to this tree. One more gets spawn camped on the left side, and another one is usually near this small tree. And for the last one, he does get a shot on me, but I take him out with a legendary jump shot. When I'm about 120 meters away from the checkpoint, I take out the sniper hiding in the watchtower and try to take out the 3 enemies patrolling the road.
Ah, f***ed it.
But I miss my shot and the enemies get alerted. I start to get peppered up, so I just go prone and wait for them to come towards me, and I can easily take them out with the Uzi. As soon as I enter what appears to be a church, I kill one soldier in the opposite building, 2 soldiers standing outside, 1 right in front of me, and 2 more waiting to ambush me as I leave, clearing out this entire area. There's 2 more sets of enemies, 1 patrol and a set of 5 snipers. For the patrol, I shoot the majority of the enemies through this tree, where I can see them, but they can't see me. Finally, it's the 5 snipers.
This part is still, I haven't fully figured this out. He's not getting shit on. Right, there'll be one like here. And the last one, there's definitely one more. Yep. Easy. Delta, right. Now is where we reach the business section. Snatch and grab was the business mission. This is the business section. All of these levels are quite ropey, especially this one because this is like a 10-minute mission, the way I do it.
So for this mission, I need to trigger the downloads on 3 different laptops on this street. I enter the first house, clearing out most of the enemies, trigger the download to start, but much to your surprise, I then leave the house and let the enemies interrupt the download. This is because if I finish the download on the 3rd and final house, the strike will return back to the beginning and I would have to run all the way back fighting a ton of enemies, and that's something I don't want to do at a 10-minute mission.
Ooh, I'm in a bit of a sticky one still. What we say to? Well, that was unfortunate. I looked at chat at the same time a grenade landed right in front of my face, killing me instantly. I dust myself off and retry the mission, this time trying not to look at chat. Although I get distracted and nearly end up completing the download, which would have been disastrous. Oh no, 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 they need to disrupt the thing. Please disrupt, please disrupt, please disrupt, please disrupt. Yes, okay.
I'm then safe to head back into the house, clear out any remaining enemies so they won't be shooting me from across the street when I'm trying to get into the second house. I make a quick stop to this ammo supply crate so I can restock my ammo and utility, because this mission just has so much going on. When I reach the garage, I throw a lot of grenades and flashbangs off this wall and hopefully stun and kill some enemies that tend to be hiding behind this sofa.
Yeah, you think I'm f***ing deaf, mate? Fuck off.
With the house cleared, I can prepare for the onslaught of perpetrators by placing some claymores in the garage, the front door, and place this sentry turret basically where I picked it up.
Badger 1 to Hunter 2, area suppressed. Roger, attacking your...
With the intel downloaded, I slowly make my way out of the house, and once I see that the coast is clear, I run outside the house that is opposite the final house that I need to go into and place the sentry turret, while getting the striker to target the enemies inside.
Roger, we have a line.
Just like house number 2, I enter from the garage, being extra careful not to get lit up by any would-be campers.
There's always one fuckhead. Maybe there's two fuckheads. Oh. 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 Oh.
Now that was just too close, and with how much time that would have cost me, that could have very easily ended this run. With the bottom part of the house cleared out, I can place some claymores in the garage and put 2 more sentry turrets in the living room before I start the download. For this defense, I wait in the pool area, tell the striker to shoot the house and let the claymores and 3 sentry turrets take out the soldiers, while I spawn camp the enemies that try to come up through the pool.
Roger, attacking your target.
No, they're coming in hot.
Badger 1 to Hunter 2, target.
The download is completed without a hitch, and I slowly make my way out of the house, making sure I don't run into any potential deserters. Now I can safely run into the first house, restart the download, which instantly gets completed, and I can run to the striker.
Hunter 2-1, now get back to the striker.
Estate Takedown is next, another brutal mission where I have to eliminate 40 enemies, comprised of elite mercenaries, ghillie snipers, and worst of all, juggernauts. Upon spawning, I look to the right and try and catch a couple of stray enemies and then make my way to the estate house, where I encounter the first juggernaut. Thankfully, I am equipped with a Barrett 50 cal, which makes light work of these big boys. I then head into the armory, which seems like it has every weapon in the entire game, but I'm only interested in a WA2000. Not only is this a high-powered sniper rifle that can one-shot enemies and deal with the juggernauts, it also comes equipped with a thermal scope, which is great for dealing with any enemies hiding in the distance. I swap it for the M4A1 so I can keep the Barrett, but that does mean I'm more geared for long-range combat instead of short. With the estate house mostly cleared, I head up the stairs where I will spend the majority of my time in this mission. This is because it has a nice vantage point of the east, made easier with the thermal scope, and because there is only one way in and one way out, which is great for any juggernauts that try to ambush me. With 28 hostiles remaining, this is where I make my stand.
You just have to be careful because sometimes it's a juggernaut.
You're halfway done.
That doesn't sound good. Gotta be another jug. Yep. Maybe 2 jugs?
The enemy count is now at 14 and things are slowing down, so I decide to adventure out a little bit, looking out to the northeast to see if I can see any perpetrators, but a juggernaut comes at me from behind. With just a handful of enemies left, I didn't want to die so late, but the enemies were hiding from me, so I had no choice but to go out and look for them. He's not dead? Next up, Terminal, where I have to pummel my way through enemy riot shield ambushes. I grab the ACR with the noob tube attached and take out this enemy at the top of the stairs, making my way to this cubby.
Then I use the noob tube to take out an enemy that is lying prone at Burger Town, and his death triggers another wave of enemies. So there is now a bunch of normal soldiers and riot shield enemies that I need to keep at bay using grenades, flashbangs and noob tubes. Back to the cubby I go, easily take out the enemies and through the library, but this time I don't die. I seek refuge behind the payphones, throw a flashbang behind me to stun some enemies, and then throw one more flashbang down the escalator, stunning the rest of the enemies, and I can just run straight to the finish line, achieving my 30th star. Wreckage is next on the menu, and using basically only explosives, I have to destroy 36 vehicles on a bridge. I start this mission off by placing 8 C4 bricks down, which should blow up 10 vehicles. I then run back to the start, grab 2 sentry turrets and place them on the bridge. With the enemies rappelling in, I start to wreak havoc on the vehicles, detonating the C4s and using the infinite ammo thumper to clear out the rest. By the time I clear out this first part of the bridge, there should be 11 vehicles left. But before I ascend, I grab one of the sentry turrets and bring it with me, for some extra safety. At the top part of the bridge, I place the 3 sentry turrets and head back down to the broken part, where I can wait for the helicopter to appear and take it out with the thumper. With only 6 vehicles left, I use the thumper to take the rest of them out from a distance, despite having a small hiccup. Easy clap. Farron, accept all losses, we might as well get this one out of the way. From the sunshine of the States, it's off to the snowy mountains of Kazakhstan for the next mission, Acceptable Losses, where I have to sabotage the remote airbase with silenced weaponry. And this was one of the missions that did not go so well. That's here, that's fine. Should have just went straight for the door. I don't know what I was doing. You know what, the fuck, that thing's dog shit. Bro. Relax, bro. Relax, bro. What am I doing? After 3 deaths, this is roughly how the mission is supposed to go. Ooh. It was supposed to be that simple, but of course on an actual run, it's never that easy. Alright, that's all the Delta done. I guess we'll just crack through. And staying in the snowy mountains, the final mission of the Delta Ops, and one of the easiest in the entire game is Time Trial, where I have to use a jet ski to descend a mountain, hitting checkpoints along the way to make sure my timer doesn't go below 0. Back to the heat of Brazil now, where I will be staying for a couple of missions. First up is Bomb Squad, where I have to defuse 3 bombs in the favela marketplace within 5 minutes. And this is where I broke rule number 1 in any of these challenges that I tried. Do not deviate from the practiced strategy. I decided to pick up the M240 to accompany the P90 that I usually get, and that just didn't go too well. Back to normality. Despite that death, this is one of the easier missions, as the AI of the enemies is tuned down slightly and you won't get absolutely destroyed in half a second. This is so risky and so stupid. Okay, never mind, he's... Never mind, bro. Never mind. He's running, bro.
All 3 bombs are defused, and I'm sure that the next mission in the favela will be just as easy, right? Echo Ops is unlocked, containing only 3 missions, but they are the hardest in the entire game. The first mission I take on is High Explosive, where using only explosives, for example the RPG, Thumper, Claymores and C4s, I have to defeat 10 Juggernauts. This mission starts off pretty slowly, with only 1 Juggernaut spawning in at a time, then 2 at the same time, and eventually 3.
But you know what? It's time to get in position, ladies.
The strategy that I like to do is camp in this building on the left, creating a one-way for the Juggernauts to come through and using the Thumper to one-shot the Jugs. This is a precise endeavour though, as there is a minimum distance that the grenade has to travel before it explodes, otherwise it just does this. And the explosion headshot is required to get a one-hit kill. Otherwise, it takes around 5 Thumper shots to kill them. And if I get overrun, a cheeky flashbang and out of the window I go to get to safety.
Scammed. Okay, you got scammed even worse. Oh no. It's over, bro. It's over. I ran out of flashes, man.
And with only 2 Juggernauts left, I ran out of flashbangs and threw a couple of grenades to stun the Juggernauts, but I ended up blowing myself to smithereens.
Sprint, bro, please. Crouch. Oh, stop fingering me, please.
I died again on the second attempt, but the third attempt was much more successful.
Good progress. Keep it up. Five left. Four more. Three more. Two remaining. One remaining.
Yeah, ain't falling for that one, buddy.
Good job.
Later, bitch.
High Explosive may be done, but there are still more Juggernauts that I need to assassinate in the mission Armor Piercing. There's 15 Juggernauts on this mission, and thankfully I have more than just a Thumper to my name. I have the Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle. And the camping spot that I've chosen is under these stairs, where I can get them from behind as they come down the stairs and from the left in the distance.
Yo, Wolf of the Raid. How are you doodling, buddy? Nice to see you. How was the stream and what were you streaming? And did you happen to play this when you were younger? I'm in trouble here.
Five left. Four more.
I'm dead.
Three left.
Off. What a load of shit, man. They just kept pouring in from the same angle. That's 4 minutes lost.
And again, with only 2 Juggernauts remaining, I got overrun and died. The second attempt was much better.
Halfway done. Four left. Three more. Two more. One more. Mission accomplished.
Time is a little bit tighter than I would have liked, actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Back to Alpha Ops now, and this time with Evasion, where using my silent sniper rifle, I need to take out enemy patrols and reach the end of the level. I start off by heading to the left, wait for this soldier and his dog to head away before performing a triple kill on these unsuspecting perpetrators. I push up and take out another two and then keep to the right, taking out 3 more soldiers and 1 dog, all while staying hidden. I then run past the large patrol that's on the left hand side and shoot a few remaining soldiers, but I get discovered and things get a little bit hairy.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, we're good.
Good job, team.
Evasion is completed and it's back to the sunny slums of Brazil, where I need to eliminate 50 enemies, including soldiers and dogs, while not killing more than 2 civilians. The strategy that I like to use is going around the left side, taking out some enemies before heading to the southeast corner.
Progress. Pick it up. Civilian casualties up.
Approaching the halfway point, I head back to the north, but this time on the west side of the map, where a lot of chieftains spawn in this building to the left, and I can easily make quick work of them.
I'm stuck.
Getting five left. 4 left.
Oh, risky, risky.
3 remaining. 2 left. One remaining.
And that's the hardest Alpha Ops mission completed in under 4 minutes. And I now return to the bridge level, but this time for suspension, where I need to push through the invading forces on the bridge to reach the safe zone. As soon as I spawn in, I pick up the P90 and run pretty far down the bridge. There are 2 sets of enemies spawned, and pushing this far down the bridge instantly will trigger both sets at the same time, so I can make quick work of them. And once I've reached the top part of the bridge, instead of killing all of the enemies, a couple of flashbangs can do the trick.
Enemy helicopter loaded for bear approaching your area. Over.
Back to Bravo Ops now, where I take on the second snowmobile mission, which is almost identical to time trial, but this time I need to finish the level in 70 seconds.
Almost didn't make that, what the fuck? Alright. That work.
With 60 stars acquired, only 3 missions remain. It's back to Echo Ops first, this time for wet work. But even though there's no juggernauts in this area now, this mission is still extremely difficult. I pick up the MG4 and perform the breach, taking out the 3 soldiers and rescuing the hostages. And using the MG4, I start mowing down the oncoming ambush. Eventually I ascend the stairs, run a little bit forward and then turn back. Just like suspension, there are multiple spawn triggers for the waves of enemies here. On the way back, I place several claymores to give me some protection and then hide over here, waiting for the helicopter to get into a decent position so I can take it out with a noob tube.
What a shot.
Then I need to defend myself from another onslaught of soldiers. Heading back up the stairs, I ditch the MG4, which is low on ammo, for an F2000. A very mediocre gun, but it does have a thermal sight, along with plenty of ammo for it later on. With extreme caution, I make my way to the top of the stairs, slowly battling my way towards the end of this platform. Reaching this corner triggers even more enemies to spawn, but I can just head back after picking up the F2000 ammo and camp in this relatively safe position.
Ooh. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I do not want to be on here, actually.
And for the final section, instead of killing everything, I found it much easier to just run past the soldiers, click on the door, initiating the breach, and save the hostages.
Confirmed at your location along with possible explosives. Over.
If you've got thermal sights, now would be a good time.
And with 63 stars acquired, there is 2 missions left. But these missions require at least 2 players. Initially, I was going to leave these missions out, but that wouldn't be very fun, would it? So I bought the game on another account and invited myself to the lobby, where I would move my character with my gaming PC and operate the AC-130 with my streaming PC. Now, unfortunately, the footage from this mission wasn't recorded, but essentially, I'd move my main character into a safe position, move to the streaming PC, and blast the infantry to smithereens, as well as the jeeps, trucks, and helicopters. It looked something a little like this.
That's the easy one done.
Overwatch is completed, just under a minute to spare. But that was the easy co-op mission. The final mission, Big Brother, is up next, and that is a lot more difficult. Mainly because the enemy AI is on absolute crack. The strategy is quite similar to Overwatch, where I move my character to a certain position and then take over the chopper and start blasting away the soldiers. But it's not that easy, because the chopper has nowhere near the firepower and utility of the AC-130, and even hiding in the corners isn't as safe.
Mission found. You were clear to engage down. Watch out for friendlies on the ground. Over.
Oh my fucking days, bro. How are you not all dead?
I then push up to the yellow house, back to the chopper, and start blasting away. With all of the enemies dead, I drop down this small ledge to trigger the next wave to spawn, most of which being located behind the barrier, but some of them are also very close to me, so I use a couple of flashbangs to stun them and take them out. With the chopper finishing its strafing run, I take back control of my character and kill a couple more ambushing soldiers before pushing towards the burger town, not forgetting to restock my ammo and flashbangs. With the immediate area cleared, I can go prone next to this bush, take control of the chopper and blast a few trucks, killing a bunch of enemies in the process. This is the part where it is make or break. The cracked enemies are hiding in Nate's sports bar, and the helicopter can only attack the roof for a few seconds every rotation, so I need to take out some of the enemies myself. I head into Joe's diner, grab the M14 thermal scope and also the M240 ACOG scope, before trying to get some enemies off the rooftop. I then head to the southeast, sprinting through the back of Burger Town and going prone behind the taco joint, bringing me a little closer to the rooftop, but it's still very hard for me to see the enemies, and even harder to kill them hiding in the sports bar itself. With only 7 minutes left on the refund timer and under 4 minutes left on the level timer, this was it. Any deaths here and I wouldn't have time to refund the game.
Go away, bro. Bro, what?
And with nearly 2 minutes left on the level, I have no choice now but to play aggressive.
I've been so scammed here. Oh, maybe not. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Congratulations, you've completed Special Ops. Leave lobby, quit, done. Oh, 4 minutes left. Oh, it's not stopping. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, where's control? Stop, 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 pause. That will do. Jesus Christ.
So the run is finally over, with just shy of 5 minutes left to spare, and to end that mission, if you reach a certain number of kills, and I thought I was getting scammed because in the couple of practice runs I did of this level, if I killed just a handful of enemies, that was enough to end the level. But this time I killed quite a lot, and it was showing no sign of ending, but thankfully it did. But now for the real question. After getting every single star on Modern Warfare 2's Spec Ops missions, did Steam give me my money back?
Of course they did. They gave me a full refund coming to the price of £19.99, which will actually be used to fund a small part of a giveaway, which will be 5 copies of Team Cherry's new game, Hollow Knight Silksong. All you need to do is join my Discord and click on this button in the giveaways channel. It's that simple. And usually I would do a breakdown of these runs with some fails, but this run was pretty simple to do and managed to get it completed first try, so there's no need for any of that this time around. That's it for the video, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one, once I've finished no-lifing Silksong.